As Americans, we all enjoy the rights endowed on us by our founding fathers. However, in recent years, we have given up many of our rights to government authorities. Public privacy is particularly controversial when one considers the supposed protection from unreasonable search and seizure under the Fourth Amendment. But to what extent should individuals sacrifice their privacy in order to ensure national security? Which civil liberties are individuals entitled to? With the advent of body scanners, along with the surge of global terrorism, this issue has become relevant to millions of Americans. This ongoing controversy emerged after a sombering assault on the nation, September 11, 2001.
Attack on America, a special edition of NBC Nightly News. Terrorists declare war on the United States.
Brian Gumbel, we understand that there has been a plane crash on the southern tip of Manhattan.
The surprising larger-than-life manner in which the attacks struck the nation brought about a change in public policy. The public outcry against these tragic assaults culminated with President George W. Bush's declaration of the War on Terror.
This generation will lift a dark threat of violence from our people and our future. We will rally the world to this cause by our efforts, by our courage. We will not tire, we will not falter, and we will not fail.
Work began on strengthening national security, and controversial measures were taken to ensure the safety of public transportation. As a result of the Aviation and Transportation Security Act, the Transportation Security Administration, better known as the TSA, was established.
I appreciate the opportunity to meet with you and to speak on the continuing evolution of the Transportation Security Administration, our place in the global counterterrorism community, and our latest efforts to strengthen aviation security through the ongoing development and implementation of risk-based, intelligence-driven security initiatives.
Its main purpose is and has been to ensure safe aviation and transportation, as well as oversee security for highways, railways, buses, mass transit systems, pipelines, and ports. But the TSA has made the most headlines at the airport. At most major airports, it is the sole agency responsible for screening passengers and checking luggage. But how far can the TSA go before it is overstepping its bounds? With an $8.1 billion budget in 2011, the TSA has the flexibility and capability to increase security across all airports. After the underwear bomber tried to detonate an explosive hidden in his underwear aboard a plane on Christmas Day in 2009, the agency began implementing the infamous and controversial full-body scanners at most major airports. Often referred to as the naked machines, these scanners have been criticized for allowing a screener, often male, to view a passenger's nearly naked body. These machines are also considered to be dangerous as they use a backscatter X-ray to obtain an image and therefore subject passengers to dangerous radiation. According to an investigative report by PBS NewsHour, anywhere from 6 to 100 U.S. airline passengers each year could get cancer from the backscatter machines. If passengers want to avoid the harmful rays, they can opt into an enhanced pat-down. These pat-downs are more intrusive than old pat-down methods, as they now include a TSA agent feeling up and down your legs, and even the bra front if you are a female. Countless travelers have come out of an enhanced pat-down in tears.
And so I think that's why I'm crying, that's why I'm so emotional, because I'm already so upset that they're making me go, making me do this, making me choose to either get molested, because that's what I feel like, and or go through this machine that's completely unhealthy and dangerous.
Aside from physically invading an individual's privacy, there is an equally robust debate over the informational background checks that the TSA and airlines are permitted to do on their customers. The Department of Homeland Security, along with the TSA, employs a technology called the Automated Impact Test. This tool allows the appropriate government agencies to screen flyers quickly and identify potential terrorists, but is also a huge repository of information on the average American, citizens who have never committed a crime and have no history of arrest. According to the Privacy Impact Assessment, an analysis issued by the Department of Homeland Security in June of 2012, this bank of information includes data points such as country of citizenship, credit card numbers, employment information, ethnicity, and social security numbers. Though it is hard to argue against measures that protect innocent lives in the skies, there is understandable controversy and unease about the wealth of information that these government agencies have access to. As we work towards tolerance of all Americans, regardless of background or affiliation, the use of race, ethnicity, and country of origin in determining national security threats is a step backwards, leading us down a path of racial profiling and unjust discriminatory policies. Opponents of the TSA's actions have fiercely defended their right to privacy and have openly criticized many of the TSA's policies. Many opponents claim that the TSA's actions are a major intrusion of our rights stated in the Fourth Amendment and question how the TSA is not held accountable. Are they above the law? The TSA often uses the court ruling U.S. v. Davies to justify its actions, where the court ruled that, quote, an administrative search is allowed if no more intrusive or intensive than necessary, in light of current technology, to detect weapons or explosives, confined in good faith to that purpose, and passengers may avoid the search by electing not to fly, end quote. This ruling does give the TSA legal authority to carry out administrative searches without probable cause. But nowhere in this ruling does the court specifically address what exactly is acceptable in an administrative search. Are the enhanced pat-downs legal under these guidelines? In addition, there are countless cases of passengers being allegedly sexually harassed and having their possessions stolen by TSA agents. According to an ABC News report, 400 TSA agents have been fired from 2002 to 2011 for stealing from passengers, and these are the agents that were caught. Of the nearly 50,000 TSA agents employed across the country, it is inevitable that there will be a few bad apples. Proponents of the TSA's methods will argue that the measures taken by the TSA are necessary in the name of national security and outweigh any privacy concerns. According to a Gallup poll taken in August of 2012, 57% of Americans who had flown had a good or excellent opinion of the TSA, and most thought the agency's methods were at least somewhat effective. According to the TSA blog, the agency's primary media outlet, the percentage of people who receive a pat-down is very small compared to the roughly 1.8 million passengers that are screened every day. Out of the 300 million passengers who have traveled through TSA checkpoints between January and August of 2012, 30,000 have submitted a complaint. While that might sound like a lot on the surface, that equates to less than 1/100% of the total number of passengers. The TSA has also taken aggressive steps to replace the dangerous backscatter X-ray machines with new millimeter wave detection machines. These machines use radio frequencies instead of X-rays, eliminating radiation concerns. In addition, images generated are scanned by software instead of TSA agents. The software shows vague images of passengers' bodies and uses a small yellow box on an area of the body if there is need for additional screening. These new machines have been implemented at many major airports, increasing security and reducing privacy concerns. The TSA remains one of the most controversial government agencies in the United States. Nevertheless, the TSA has maintained its use of ultra-personal and invasive security checks to ensure the safety of Americans. Has the extra security prevented another 9/11? We may never know, but the raging controversy will remain in the foreground of national security.